Yeah, thanks everybody for coming. So yeah, I'm with the ecosystem development team at Web3 Foundation, and I'm gonna talk about the future of funding on Polkadot. So first, I will give you an overview of the three main initiatives that we are currently running at the Web3 Foundation when it comes to funding the ecosystem, and then I will also quickly talk about the Gem price and the treasury and also complementary ecosystem funding initiatives. So here is what we call the three pillars of ecosystem funding. So the first pillar are the decentralized futures. So this is a program that is focused on creating financially sustainable entities in the ecosystem. And then we have the open source grants program that is focusing, on open source software for Web3 era. And then we have also the ecosystem funds. And there will also be some alpha in that one. So if I bore you until now, please stick around at least until then, so you won't miss out on that one. Right. So here's some key facts regarding the decentralized futures program. It has quite a good amount of funding capacity. It's $20 million in fiat money and 5 million in DOT tokens. And it is managed and financed by the Web3 Foundation. So for this program, we're currently in the final phase. So it consists of 3 phases: the application phase, the decision phase, and finally the delivery and payout phase. So we are currently in the final phase, and we have a lot of projects that have signed up for this or that have applied to this program. Over 250, so it's actually much more than we anticipated. As you can see, most of the projects are technical. We decided to go ahead with over 50 projects, and the funding capacity that we have signed or are in the progress of signing is almost $30 million. So that's in fiat and in DOT tokens. Yeah. And here I just want to show you a couple of first results that this program is bearing. So of course, most of you guys will know about Distractive. So that's the entity that is focusing on Polkadot marketing. Then we have decentralized social media led by Evan. And most of you who are active on X will also know about Alice and Bob. So he's bringing more transparency to the kind of complex and sometimes controversial OpenGov system that is used to run the treasury, to manage and find conclusion on it, consensus on it. Then we have Papermoon. They are a BD unit, and they're improving the online documentation of Polkadot software or related software SDKs and frameworks. We have Velocity. That's a BD that is focusing on DeFi. Here they already brought a good number of integrations in a short amount of time. So these are some small success stories that are starting to play out, and hopefully they will be more successful. So those are just the first milestone deliveries that those teams have done. But as I mentioned earlier, there are over 50 teams, so there is much more to come. Right, then the second pillar is the open source grants program. That one is much more mature, so it's very long running. It has been around since 2019, so in Web3 terms, those are several generations. We have received over 1,000 applications in this program, and we have signed over 600 projects, and over 1,100 milestones have been delivered. So it's quite popular, and it's also impactful, arguably, because most of the parachains that are currently running on Polkadot, they have started with a grant. So yeah, it tells a bit about the impact of the program. And yeah, tens of millions of dollars so far have been signed. For those who are technical teams and they're interested in building something in the ecosystem, these are kind of the terms in a nutshell. So we usually don't do upfront payment, so it's milestone based. First, you would have to structure your application into milestones, and then once you deliver, you get the payout. There are different grant levels relating to the complexity of the grant, and yeah, it's well suited for all team sizes. So we support a very small team, starting from a couple of $1,000s to very big teams, larger projects that have had a volume of multiple 100Ks. So yeah, it's very versatile. And there are also additional benefits to it. How are we with the time? Is good? Doing good? Okay. Good. Then the third pillar is what we call the ecosystem funds. So recently, as you might have noticed, the Web3 Foundation has become more active in providing capital to the ecosystem to help the projects grow and make it more attractive to build on Polkadot. Some of you might have been to the SkyTilt presentation yesterday. That's the first fund that we recently seeded, and they already have their first investment that they committed. So that's Hyperbridge. The volume there is $2.5 million, and they, as you can see, they have a lot of other projects in the pipeline already. So 36 currently are in due diligence phase, and some of them are more mature than others, or more progressed than others. So yeah. Then we also have the Harbor Industrial Capital VC fund. So I'm not going to talk too much about this, because in the next presentation, actually Max is going to tell you much more about it. So they are raising and structuring their second fund currently. And then I have an announcement to make. So that hasn't been published yet. So there is one more fund. It's the .play VC fund, run by Signum Growth Capital, and we, as the Web3 Foundation, decided to also seed this fund. So this fund is less general than the other two funds that we mentioned before. This is very targeted for games and entertainment, and it also doubles as a gaming-focused BD unit. So we also supported them through DF with some funding to do BD on Polkadot when it comes to gaming and entertainment. Right, and apart from those three funds, we are very keen to work with other funds as well. So if you are a professional investor, or if you know professional investors that might be interested in collaborating, then we can work together in different ways. So we can do seed investments or even anchor investments. We can also do co-investing. So please don't hesitate to reach out if that sounds interesting to you. Right, then next, I want to talk about Jam quickly, Jam and the Jam prize. So the Jam prize is a 10 million dot prize that has the goal to bring a lot of different implementers for the Jam specification. So yeah, most of you are probably familiar with the great paper that Gavin Wood recently wrote a couple of months ago. So here we already have over 80 teams that raised interest in implementing something for Jam, and we have currently 29 clients that are being developed, or at least that we know that are being developed. And yeah, if you're an implementer and you're interested in implementing your own implementation in the language of your choice, then yeah, as you can see, we have a lot of different languages that we support. And feel free to go to jam.web3.foundation if you would like to raise your interest as well, and you can connect with us that way. So this prize, the prize money comes from the Web3 Foundation, but we are not the ones that are judging which clients we like and which clients we don't like, or who will get the money. So this will actually be decided by the Polkadot Fellowship. So this is the collective of core developers on Polkadot that is funded by the treasury in a decentralized manner. Yeah, that leads me to the next point, the Polkadot and the Kusama treasuries. So yeah, arguably it's the world's most advanced and largest DAO. Yeah, it's not always uncontroversial. So here are some things that the treasury has funded in the past. Yeah, obviously it's all decentralized, and token holders are gonna vote on where to spend the money, or which runtime upgrades will pass, or yeah, whatever the proposal that is being voted on contains. Yeah, currently there are over $100 million in the pot when it comes to the Polkadot treasury. It's a bit more than 5 million on the Kusama side. Yeah. Finally, there are some complementary ecosystem funding initiatives that are run by other teams. So we have all these parachain grant programs like Peak or LF0, Moonbeam. Then we have also other initiatives. So we have Polymac as well. That's a parachain that that helps teams to get funding from VCs, but also from retail. So they bring VCs, retail investors, and startups on one table, on one virtual Web3 table, to decide who will get funded. And then we have Moondance Labs. So that's a DF team that we support, and they are launching a small grants program as well. And then there's also Incubator. That one is focused on Inc. smart contracts. And finally, yeah, we have other DeFi-funded programs that are upcoming, but that have not been announced yet for various reasons. So stay tuned for more updates to come. Yeah, that's all. I hope you enjoyed. And I'm sticking around, so if you have questions or if you want to talk, feel free. Thank you.